To get this, woman slipped something into her drink while she was in the bathroom. When Annie returned, she drank it without suspicion. When she woke up again, she found herself in Larson's bed. She immediately threw off the covers to check. Thankfully, her clothes were still on. Annie quickly got out of bed, grabbed her things, and prepared to leave. But just as she stepped outside, she realized her phone was missing from her bag. With no choice, Annie went back to ask the man if he'd seen her phone. Annie was terrified. She couldn't understand how Larson had been killed. Before she could process what happened, footsteps approached from outside. She immediately hid under the bed. Soon, another mysterious figure entered. The stranger seemed to be searching for something. Annie realized this person might be Larson's killer. She didn't dare make a sound. Fortunately, the mysterious figure didn't stay long and quickly left the room. Only then did Annie dare crawl out. After making sure the stranger had left, she immediately used Larson's landline to call the police. The next day, news of Larson's murder was all over the media. Annie was afraid she'd be implicated, but as a prosecutor, she decided to tell her boss everything she knew. Before she could speak, her boss's phone rang. What her boss said next completely shocked Annie.
Press conference, downstairs, 5 minutes.
For what?
For the Larson murder. I guess it's big news whenever a client offers his own lawyer.
She followed her boss to the courtroom. Looking at the heavyset man in the defendant's seat, Annie immediately realized he wasn't the real killer. The man had tattoos on his hands, but the mysterious figure that night had no tattoos. But since only she knew she'd slept at her colleague's house the night of the murder, she didn't expose the truth in court. After the trial, she immediately drove to Larson's house, hoping to find evidence of the real killer in the room to clear her name. But she'd barely started searching when her colleague Mike showed up. To avoid arousing his suspicion, she had to let Mike help her search. But in the next second, Annie made a terrifying discovery. The way Mike scratched his leg was exactly the same as the killer's gesture that night. She instantly realized the killer was Mike, right in front of her. She cautiously asked Mike why he would kill someone, but the next second, Mike pulled out a weapon. Annie's guess was right, and Mike decided he couldn't let Annie live. But before he acted, he decided to tell Annie the truth. He'd been taking bribes all along, but Larson had caught him during one of these transactions. So he'd snuck into Larson's house at night to warn him to keep quiet. But he never expected to find Annie, the woman he'd been pursuing, lying in Larson's bed. That instantly filled Mike with murderous rage. That's why he became a killer. This gripping film is called Impropriety.